Hello everyone, welcome to the Redmen TV. We are live on YouTube and we are live on Twitter right now because Liverpool look like they might actually be about to sign somebody who we've all wanted in January. This January, not next January. It looks like it might actually be this January. My word, what a time to be alive. We've somehow come through this sort of period without Sadio Mane, with Mo Salah, and we're looking good and we're closer to City than we were. And now it looks like we're going to sign somebody. What a time to be alive, I'm telling you. So we are here, as I mentioned, we are live right now on YouTube and Twitter. We've got an incredible show upcoming, but not only that, we've got incredible shows upcoming throughout the day. So Neil Jones, journalist for Goal, of course, friend of the show, is going to be joining us at 11 a.m. on our Redmen Plus service. So if you want to get over there and sign up to see exactly how this deal looks like it's going to happen and the timeline and what changed since yesterday, then you need to sign up to Redmen Plus on the redmentv.com. You've got about 40 minutes to do that, and because I'm in such a good mood, because Liverpool might actually sign a lad in the January transfer window, I've got a code. It is Diaz. If you sign up as a club captain to our Redmen Plus service and use the code Diaz in all caps, you're going to get that first month absolutely free. So get over there, join us for the Neil Jones show and Twitter. Come with me over to YouTube now. The link's in the tweet. We'll continue this discussion as we dive into how this deal has come about. Thank you very much for joining us on Twitter, YouTube. It's me and it is you, and we get to talk about Luis Diaz, my word. So what happened first and foremost? Neil Jones tweeted 3 hours ago, Liverpool are trying to sign Luis Diaz from Porto ahead of the transfer deadline. Nothing agreed yet, but they're in. Strong interest in both Divock Origi and Taki Minamino, who may be moved on should suitable offers arrive. And one of the things about this is nobody's talking about the second part of that tweet. We basically all just read the first part of the tweet, isn't it? It's like the second part of the tweet is brand new news to every single one of us. It's like, what? Divock and Minamino actually might be moved on. No, I jest, of course, because this is kind of what happened. Yesterday, I suppose, is the Origi and Minamino, maybe even the day before, these rumours sort of started. But what I want to focus on, of course, is the Luis Diaz one. Now, he followed that tweet up with fee for Luis Diaz to Liverpool would be €45 million plus 15 million in add-ons. Reds were initially keen on summer deal, but it brought forward after Spurs' interest accelerated. And I love this. I tweeted this morning, didn't I? Is that like, it's such a get your cock out, whip it round and plonk it on the table, big boy move, isn't it, from Liverpool Football Club, where you go, you know what, we're massive. We're absolutely massive, and there's nothing that Tottenham Hotspur can do about this. And Liverpool have been on the reverse of this for years and years, and that's what makes me so excited about this deal. It's because we've just whipped it out. We're windmilling it. We're showing it off. We don't give a damn what you've got. Ours is better, and our football club is better than yours, and we are going in for Luis Diaz, and we will not be stopped, hopefully. But it's just brilliant, isn't it? Obviously, we can break down some of the numbers now. It looks like it's £37 million up front with £12 million of add-ons. We initially wanted him in the summer, but obviously after Tottenham I think I've got a feeling that, I read somewhere that they actually had an offer accepted there or thereabouts, €49 million, but there was a little bit of a standoff with Jorge Mendes, his agent, and that's when Liverpool have decided, you know what, this is the guy that we want. This is the guy that we think is a perfect fit for our system and that can move us forwards over the next few years, because as we know, he's a 25-year-old left winger predominantly, who plays for Porto and Colombia, of course. He scored a lot of goals this season. We'll delve into some of the stats of his season so far very shortly, of course, but what I like about him, and this is a guy that we've we've been looking at for about a month now. I know Steve did a stat show, and I'm going to show you a little clip of that very shortly. We did a stat show about a month ago now, where we looked at how good a fit he would be. Did a show last week with Statman Dave, where we spoke a little bit about Luis Diaz as well, and how perfect a fit he would be. And sometimes it's not the blindingly obvious ones that are the perfect fit that Liverpool go for. In this instance, it seems to be that Liverpool have gone for the one that everybody kind of recognises. He's just going to be absolutely perfect because he's got that little bit of devil in him. He's got that little bit of gnarl in him. He plays with a sort of cockiness on the ball. I haven't watched him and scouted him over the last sort of month, to be honest with you. You know, he is a dribbler. He plays on the left-hand side, loves to cut inside, loves to shoot on that right foot, but he's totally adept at going to the byline and whipping a little ball in with his left foot, or even shooting on his left foot, if that's what the situation means. He's brave in possession, and what I mean by that is there are times when he'll dribble from the sort of left-back position because he trusts himself. He's a little bit cocky. He's got those tricks and flicks. He doesn't mind having a little juggle of the ball and stuff like that, maybe knocking it with his back heel over his head. These are the types of things that he does regularly. This is the type of player that he is, and he's so impactful on the field, because that's the one thing, isn't it, when you get a player and, you know, he's got these sort of tricks up his sleeve, is what is he going to do with the business end of it? Of the football field. That's what I'm really excited about with him, because he has all of that and yet is able to be impactful, set goals up, score goals himself. You know, it's absolutely brilliant. And, you know, judging by what I'm reading so far, Julian Ward, obviously the guy who's going to take over Michael Edwards at Liverpool, this is a big time for him as well, because it looks like Julian Ward has actually ran point on this deal himself, with Michael Edwards there sort of in the background this time. And if this is a passing of the torch, if he can get this deal done in what would be, you know, a 24-hour period, 48-hour period maybe, then it stands to reason that, you know, he knows exactly what he's going to be doing. We know he's been at the football club a long time now. We know he's worked with Michael Edwards for a long time now. But is he able to actually translate what he's learned into action off the field? And it looks like right now Julian Ward's been able to accelerate the process, get Liverpool to the top of the pecking order, whereby he should be Liverpool's player and nobody else can usurp them, which is great for the future post Michael Edwards, which again is something that I don't think anybody else is really talking about right now. What I'm going to do, though, is we are going to dive into some stats now. But before we do, we've got a clip from that show that we recorded at the very, very start of January with Steele. So I just want to take you there now. We've got some stats from Sam Maguire, and we're going to talk you through them, 30 seconds, minute max.
The stars on the screen, for those who are watching along, they are goals that he's scored. All of his 12 goals in the Portuguese league this season, look at them all. They're all inside the box, and the predominant grouping of them is the left corner of the box. He's either getting into the box himself and scoring, he's getting in there to get on the end of crosses, get on the end of cutbacks, etc., etc. He actually very rarely shoots from outside the box. And when he does, only 3 of those have been on target from all season from those. But look at how many shots he's actually having in the box, regardless if he scores or not. The grouping, there is absolutely tons of them. And of the red dots are shots on target that did not go in. There aren't actually that many of them when he's in the box. Essentially, a lot of the shots that he has that are on target from the box end up in the back of the net. So basically, I mean, that speaks for itself. He has quite a few off target, of course. But when he gets them on target, they tend to beat the goalie.
Yes, there you go. There's already a show on the website if you do want to focus in on a little bit on Luis Diaz. As I mentioned, we are going to go into more depth and detail later on today. Got a super chat from Moses Matuvu, supporting the channel as per, £5. Thank you so much for that one, Moses. Really, really appreciate you joining us and super chatting with us this morning as well. That means a lot to me. Conor McMullen, before we get into the stats as well. Woke up this morning, seeing we're going to sign someone. Am I awake or dreaming? Connor, thank you for the super chat. Connor, you ain't dreaming, mate, you're awake. Dreaming's what you do when you're asleep, son, and you, my friends, are awake. M Shack sends us a super chat as well. Tottenham lost to Dharma, now Diaz. Oh, I mean, we shouldn't count our chickens before they hatch, but let's count our chickens before they hatch, because Tottenham used to do this to us when we were crap, and it's so good being a massive football club. You know, on the day that, you know, I read yesterday that Liverpool have sold us the 3rd most shirts in Europe, footy shirts, after I think it was Real Madrid and Bayern Munich, and you know, there you go. massive. That's what Liverpool Football Club are. And then going in there and swinging it about today and basically using it to bat off Tottenham Hotspur. Absolutely fantastic. I'm going to get back to Twitter then, because Neil Jones been at it once again. And this is only just 50 minutes ago now. Liverpool have penciled in a medical for Luis Diaz this weekend in Argentina. I don't know whether you can actually see this one, Tom. Colombia will travel to Argentina tonight after their game with Peru in Barranquilla. So let's have a look at it now, Tom, and see if we can get that for me, mate. I've just made it full screen instead. Yeah, there we go. Liverpool have penciled in a medical for Luis Diaz in Argentina this weekend. A club delegation is en route. Now, what I particularly enjoy about this is we've sent a delegation. I mean, come on, man. We've sent a delegation over. I mean, I don't know what that is. Is it just a doctor? Is it a doctor and someone to sign some paperwork, a contract with him? I love it. I love the idea. It's like, get it sorted, lads. Like, we're there. We're sorting our delegation out, trying to get shows organised for you guys on YouTube and the website today. Liverpool are like booking flights to go over there and sort him out. This is brilliant. This is exactly what you want to see, because we haven't got long. We know the transfer deadline is only in 3 days' time or whatever, so it's absolutely brilliant. So again, I've been looking at The Guardian, and I'm also going to take you to Neil's article in Goal as well. And just sort of start off with Jurgen Klopp's side have brought forward their interest in Colombia international, who could move to Anfield before deadline day. The Reds are ready to launch a surprise late bid for the Colombia international, who up until recently had been expected to join Tottenham. No fee's been agreed yet, although reports from Portugal claim the Reds are prepared to pay an initial fee of 45 million, 37.5 million quid, with an extra 15 million in performance-related add-ons. Now, I'm being told as well, these performance-related add-ons are achievable performance-related add-ons. So it sounds to me like he's going to get this and they're going to get that money, which obviously sweetens the deal. Now, I think I'm right in saying here that this lad's got a £67 million release clause, I think it was, for the summer. So even now, it seems like Liverpool are going to be getting a good deal, which is great. Obviously, you know, we're not used to seeing Liverpool sign players in the January transfer window in recent years, are we? But Liverpool have done very well with the signings they've made in the January transfer window. Obviously, Minamino came in it would have been a couple of years ago now, maybe. But, you know, there are lads littered throughout Liverpool's history where we have made some very, very good signings. If you know who they are, you know who they are. I'm going to take you over to whoscored.com now and just look at some of the top line statistics for him. You can see it in the Premier League. He's got 14 goals and 4 assists in 18 appearances. So a goal / assist and assist per game. Absolutely superb there. Champions League as well. 2 goals in 6 games. Copa America, 3 goals, 3 appearances. This is a lad who likes to hit the back of the net, isn't it? As I say, he's 25 years old. He's just turned 25 years old. I think his birthday was the 13th of January. So he's a young 25, you know what I mean? What we expect to see is this going to be a lad who's going to sit in and take over Sadio Mane's position on the football field? We know he's under a little bit of pressure from maybe Diogo Jota anyway and Bobby Firmino, but it looks like, you know, when they're all fit, I guess right now that Mane's still the left winger, Jota's still the 9, Salah, and he's there until he wants to be there. But Mane's position may come under threat a little touch here. And I've actually got a comparison with anybody who follows the stat show on Redmen Plus will know I like to use FB Ref for a lot of data. Now, they don't have a lot of data for the Premier League, so I'm only able really to take you to the standard stats at the top of this page. But you can see there, Luis Diaz compared to Sadio Mane, so this one here, 18 starts to 19 starts, 14 goals to Diaz, 8 to Sadio Mane, 4 assists to 1. Goals without penalty kicks, 14 to 8. What that's saying is they're all goals, you know, from open play, essentially, the non-penalty kicks. Goals per 90, 0.85, more than double Sadio Mane's 0.42. Assists 1 in 4. Mane obviously 1 in 20 right now. Goals and assists 1.09 per game. Sadio Mane 0.47. So on the basic output style of things, Diaz is producing at a much higher level. Now you've got to take into account, of course, the weakness of their league compared to our league. I understand that, and I think we can't put everything into stats. It is about the eyeball test just as much as it is looking at these things to get a measure of the man and the player that we're looking to sort of sign at the moment. And listen, from the eyeball test, watching him in full games of football, not just highlight videos, this is a lad, as I mentioned earlier, who's impactful on the football field, who Liverpool will be doing very, very well to beat the bunch too, because no messing around, Tottenham are interested, Manchester United have been sniffing around this player as well. He's a guy that some of the top clubs in European club football are interested in, and it looks right now like Liverpool are going to win the race to his signature. Which is absolutely fantastic, isn't it? Let's all be not beat around the bush on that type of thing. So one of the other things I just wanted to sort of let people know about is obviously what type of a player he is. I mean, you know, I mentioned earlier that he's a left winger that likes to shoot and stuff like that. And you know, one of the things that I really like about him, it's those sort of smart runs that you see. You know, those runs where players run on the inside of the fullback, so sort of underlap the fullback, the opposition fullback, and then you maybe are playing a pass from sort of central midfield. He's very good at that style run as well. Obviously, I mentioned he's brave, he's a dribbler, likes to cut inside, hit the byline, all these things that I mentioned earlier, but he can see a pass as well, you know, and he's not afraid to get involved in the dirty side of the game. It's something that Sadio Mane isn't given enough credit for, is how good he is when the opposition have the ball, how good a presser Sadio Mane is. Luis Diaz looks like he understands the pressing side of the game, and I think as a Liverpool fan and and if you're a coach or you work at Liverpool Football Club, that side of the game is just as important as what you do with the ball at your feet, because one weak chain in Liverpool's press makes it very easy for the opposition to get through. It's that symmetry, it's that togetherness, that pressing as a unit, understanding when one goes, we all go, and when to give up and get out of the press, that has made Liverpool such a pressing machine over the last few years under Jurgen Klopp. It's that togetherness. It's why I always feel that when we get the likes of maybe Taki Minamino in there, or an Oxlade-Chamberlain, although good with the ball at his feet, you know, even going back to Shaqiri's and the like, you know, Divock Origi, we're not as good, not just because they're not quite as good with the ball at the feet, but they don't understand the press as intrinsically as the front three. Bobby Firmino, Mo Salah, Sadio Mane, now Diogo Jota, all understand it and how to work as a unit together. You know, it's important. I think of it like an offside trap for a defence. That's how I think of it. You know, the way they have to move up together, obviously be talking, it's not a straight line, it's more difficult, it's based off other players' positions, but those three have to move together to press as a team, and Luis Diaz looks like he's got the skill set to be able to understand that and slot into that. It will take time, of course, because it's a different system that Jurgen Klopp employs, but he looks right now like he's got the base ability and understanding to get our system down. I'm going to get into some of the YouTube comments then. Thank you to everybody who's watching live right now as well. So let's take a little look now at some of the super. Wow, we've got loads of super chats coming. Thank you so much, and we'll get into the normal comments, of course, as well. Ashley Frith, who's been a member for 20 months. You are so close to the final boss badge. Buzzing, we are finally showing our weight. Think we'd be a good sign. Does it show we are likely to get rid of Mane if any of the front three? It's a great question, isn't it? And I think sitting here today, the obvious answer would be yeah. But what does that do for Sadio Mane? Does that kick him on? Does it mean that, you know what, Liverpool, yeah, we like to balance the books and stuff like that, but maybe this time, maybe we're going to see something where we don't. Who knows? Because we've fallen foul of having been a bit short at midfield at striker this season, at the forwards, haven't we? You know, obviously AFCON plays a part in that, COVID's played a part in that, injuries have played a part in that, but what Liverpool did last season, where we fell behind with the centre-backs, is we overcompensated for those centre-backs this season, where we're probably carrying too many. Will Liverpool do the same with the forward areas? I hope so. I don't think this is the end of Sadio Mane as of yet, until Liverpool show me something to make me think that it is. Sadio hasn't performed at the level he has done. You know, maybe now is a good time to sell. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I want Liverpool to get rid of Sadio Mane, because I don't, because he's been a great servant for the football club. He's been a great player, and he still has that ability to impact football matches as a Liverpool player. Honest answer, I don't know. But if I was Sadio Mane, I'd be looking to book my ideas up pretty fast if Liverpool do sign him. Does he start though, Declan Shaw? That is the question. He probably doesn't start straight away. I think there's an adaptation period. Look, what he might give us is options off the bench. When we go into that 2-game-a-week run, when the Champions League comes back again, we'll go back into that 2-game-a-week run. When the Champions League comes back, that's what we're looking at, isn't it? Are we going to have him as an impact off the bench? Is it a better option than attacking Minamino? Yeah, probably. Is it a better option than Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain off the bench? Yeah, probably. If we're pushing forwards and Bobby's not started, is he a better option than Bobby off the bench? Yeah, probably. If you want a goal, he scores more of them. Who knows? This is the type of thing we've got to weigh up. Lockie Cullen says, got a good feeling about this one. So do I, mate. So do I. Gareth Baird, Diaz wants to hold out for us, so it seems positive. And that's another thing. I don't even mention that, Gareth. The fact that he's sort of holding out for us. He wants to play here. Yes, that's what you love, isn't it? Harry Lewis, by the time he's 26, 27, 28, he could be a whale beater. Indeed. Isn't it the exact perfect age that Liverpool want to be signing lads at? I love it. I absolutely love it. Danny Harty-Smith, one of our Redmen TV club legends over in the... and admin, I should say, over in the YouTube comments. Everyone, chipper. Chipper is the right word to describe exactly what I'm feeling today. Moon walking around the house, yeah, feel a little bit like that as well. Like Brown Ninja 777, just the YouTube chat is hype. Give yourselves a pat on the back. The chat is hype. Things are good. Liverpool are looking to sign players. Absolutely love all that. Like the stream, guys. If you can get into Club Legend Discount, we have a blast, says SD Tonner. Thank you so much. Bjorn says, Fabrizio Romano saying Liverpool submit an official bid in the coming hours for Luis Diaz. He's top of Liverpool scouting list, 40 million guarantee plus easy bonuses around 20 million plus 5 million of difficult bonuses. Yeah, Bjorn, this is something that we've already discussed, of course. So there you go. Oh, another super chat there. It's Crossbow. If we're able to sign Luis Diaz and get Mane, Bobby and Salah signing new contracts, this is probably the best January we've ever had. Glad to see FSG found their money. What a weekend. Right now, look, if Mo Salah signs a contract, build Julian Ward a frigging contract, build Michael Edwards his overdue contract. I'm happy with that. I am, as you can probably tell, particularly pleased this morning that Liverpool look like they're about to do some business. We get it aimed at us so much, don't we? You're accepting mediocrity, you're the top red and all this. Lasses, I want Liverpool to sign players. Make no bones about that. I'm excited about this. Let's just support the team. Let's support the manager. Let's support the players. And let's support this new lad if he does come in. Let's hope that FSG and Liverpool, more importantly, get this shit sorted, because this is exciting. This puts us on a par, squad-wise, potentially, or brings us closer to a squad that can do battle with Manchester City in not one, not two, not three, but maybe all four competitions. As we are the only one of those two teams in the four competitions, Liverpool signed this lad, maybe he's the difference between a trophy at the end of it and not. So yeah, really, really exciting stuff. Anyway, I'm going to have to leave you. You know why, right? Because I've got Neil Jones coming up on the website, 11 o'clock, Redmen Plus service. So go over to the redmentv.com. If you use the code Diaz, all capitals, we're going a month for free because I'm in such a damn good mood. And Neil Jones was one of the first journalists to start talking about it this morning. We spoke to him yesterday. Didn't look like it was going to happen. What's changed in those 24 hours? Well, you can be the first to find out by joining me at 11 a.m. this morning. It will be live on our streaming service, Redmen Plus. Go over, use the code Diaz when you sign up as a club captain level subscriber, and you will get your first month free. We've also got incredible documentary that just came out last night, charting some of the Liverpool murals, which is well worth your attention. And we'll be doing a Redmen Reacts live on the Redmen Plus streaming service at 12:30. So plenty more Luis Diaz talk for you today. Get over there, use the code Diaz, all caps, and sign up as a club captain to Redmen Plus. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much for everybody getting involved. Couple more super chats before I go. Yes, Chris, miss you, mate. Imi, I miss you too, mate. Been a long time since I've seen you at the ground. Hope you're doing well. Heard James Rodriguez has warned him off joining Everton. Tajul Arafin, Shahul Hamid. Thank you so much for being a member for 13 months. Thank you so much for joking at the Everton fans' time of need about how crap they are. I needed that. That will give me a little bit more bounce to walk into the Neil Jones show. Redmen Plus, 11 o'clock. See you there.
Hey, if you want to get your name here and be a club legend like so many have so far, join up to Redmen Plus. You get an incredible range of Liverpool content. Our Netflix for Liverpool fans style services there for you, documentaries, features and interviews. And yes, we also have the club legend here. So if you want to go a bit deeper, get a deeper connection with us and with Liverpool Football Club as well, then sign up to the redmentv.com, Redmen Plus at a club legend tier, and there's loads of extra bonus perks for you as well. Check it out.